When I was thinking about Dave, I think, what's a word that would describe Dave? And it's involved. Whatever it is, he's involved in the community, he's involved in his family, he's involved in his business relationships. Whatever it is, he immerses himself into it.
I was born in Akron, Ohio. We moved here when I was 6 months old. My dad went to work to head Wagner Awning Company, and then he went to the Gorman Rupp Company.
Back in the early 60s, his dad was the sales manager for Gorman Rupp. Certainly had a talent for communication and clear thinking and putting them together. Dave, I think, inherited a lot of John's willingness and his communication skills.
I had a job offer in Cleveland and Columbus, and the one in Columbus offered me the possibility of maybe going into the brokerage business but starting in Mansfield, so I did. I've got a wealth management practice at Merrill-Lynch for 40 plus years. We manage assets, but the core of what we do is financial and estate planning.
He started at Merrill in the early 80s, and the 80s it was a stockbroker world, it was a commission world, it was a cold call world, and Dave not only survived but thrived through that era and was part of the process when things started to change.
There's all kinds of metrics and, who's doing the most business and bringing in the most assets and clients and so forth. And that's the world we live in. And we've done an extremely good job on all the metrics. We think we've done a good job on the quality.
They say never to invest your money with somebody that you know or is a close friend. I think the feeling was at some point in time they're going to disappoint you. I never had any problem with that with Dave. Dave is a very honorable person. He knows what's right and what's wrong.
We want to be an endless resource to our clients in every possible way.
He always says, if you need anything, let me know. If you need dinner reservation in Chicago, let me know. If you need tickets to the Taylor Swift concert, let me know. I'll try and figure something out.
I had a guy call me one time. He wanted to buy a fur coat for his wife. You got ideas? We figured it out for him. We found him one in Quebec. I don't care what it is. We want to be their first call and help them.
Dave received Merrill-Lynch's highest honor, the David Brady Award, very recently named after David Brady, who was a Merrill financial advisor who was known for going above and beyond for his clients, and he was known to be very active in his community. All of the things that Dave is and has been.
There was 10 people in the whole country who received this out of I don't know how many thousands and thousands of reps that there are out there that were eligible for it.
I feel proud for our team to have achieved that, but also that we have been able to bring that resource to Mansfield.
David, he says a very practical way of approaching an issue, and whether that be public or private or business or non-business, he thinks it out.
He reads the materials ahead of time. He thinks about the points we're really trying to get across. He understands the risks. He understands the opportunities that we're trying to achieve. And after he's gone through that process, he has some legitimate questions. He really wants to know and understand and be a better board member and to make sure we're doing the right thing.
If you get involved in stuff and you say that you're in, you got to be in. As chair of Med Central, I was on 12 committees. I had meetings every day. Myself and the rest of the board began thinking, while we're in good shape, maybe we ought to look for a partner. The Ohio health system clearly had the most like culture and could take our quality to the next level.
And Dave, as the board chair of Mansfield, had to lead all that. You can also imagine the pride that an organization has about, long independence, great care for their communities. There's always a worry that we're going to come in and, disrupt the culture, change the community.
He really saw that Ohio Health was going to be the best option. He put the most money into Mansfield to develop this hospital to be the best that it can so that it could be there for many decades going forward for our community.
When the organizations came together, as part of that, Mansfield got a seat on our board. He's on the main board. He chairs the quality committee. He's done our physician relationship committee for a number of years, and he's on the finance and the investment committees. So I don't know of any other board members that make that level of time, emotion, intellect commitment to the organization.
Since the beginning of my career, I always wanted to do what I could to make the community better. And economic development is the critical part of that.
When REDEC kind of imploded, there wasn't anything for quite a while. And a group of us got together, Dave and I included, that came up with RCDG.
The real difference about RCDG, it wasn't just pure economic development. It was also about community development, trying to make this place a place where people want to live. I have this vision of Mansfield as being really attractive to build a family, but also a very meaningful career. But my driving motive in all of my economic development work is, what do we have to do to not lose college graduates? And much of it is social. You know, we got to have jobs, and we're working hard on that, but we got to have stuff for them to do.
Dave's been doing this since probably his late teens and early 20s. How do we have more fun in Mansfield? How do we get this thing done? How do we bring this here? How do we do this? And he gets people involved and gets things going. And that has followed through from the chamber, from the Richland Community Development Group, to his different things on the Rotary, Leadership Unlimited.
He's what our country's all about. Regular people, they grow up in a community, they commit to the community, they make the community better, they make life better, they leave the world a better place than they came in.
You want to get involved? Say yes once. And you will be asked a million times to do other stuff. But you got to bring something too, you know? You can't be on a board or be involved in, non-participatory. I really just feel lucky as hell to have had a seat at the table.